You are pressured with rapidly delivering secure, compliant, high-quality software, complex, diverse software architectures, evolving and emerging technology landscapes. Expanding tool chains are all contributing to your inability to deliver, resulting in unproductive, disparate teams, unsatisfied users, and heightened security risks. Your costs and time to value go up while your customer satisfaction and team morale go down. Employee retention is more important than ever in today's competitive market. Knocking down the barriers between business and IT developers and operations serves to minimize the pressure and frustration. Increased job satisfaction leads to higher retention rates, breeds a highly productive culture, and greater competitive impact. Built from the ground up, the FlexDeploy DevOps platform enables you to deliver software faster. It ensures quality, compliance, and visibility throughout an integrated toolchain, from planning through monitoring, resulting in increased productivity and efficiency. The platform is centered around build automation, which collects the source code, packages it, and versions it in the built-in artifact repository, on demand or using continuous integration. Deploy automation to deliver the versioned artifacts into the environments. Release orchestration for managing the continuous delivery and feedback lifecycle, from test through production, and incorporates gates for approvals, schedules, and quality verification. This comprehensive DevOps platform is also the only solution that specializes in reducing the complexity of enterprise platform systems, including Salesforce, Oracle, and SAP. The only one. And more than just a toolbox, FlexDeploy provides out-of-the-box plugins, integrations, and solutions for popular tools and technologies. It provides a streamlined user experience and visibility across the value stream, enabling full ROI in a matter of just a few months. Let's take a closer look. Here we are in FlexDeploy. For illustration purposes, we've created a simple, more traditional pipeline. You can rapidly create your own pipelines tailored to your environment that will support agile, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment to release. Your release can contain anything from containerized JavaScript applications to Oracle, Salesforce, or SAP customizations, or any other type of software component for that matter. Here, we have created a release called Standard Demo Release. We added a sample Spring application to it and mapped it to the pipeline. The application is sourced from GitHub, built using Maven, and deployed to a Tomcat server. The sample pipeline has 3 straight stages. 1. Development. 2. QA. And 3. Production. Developers need to iterate frequently to integrate and test their changes, so there are no gates defined for the development environment. The deploy all step will iterate over the projects in the release and deploy into the environment. Next, we execute automated security and functional tests using SonarQube and Selenium. Upon transitioning to QA, we will ensure the functional test results meet the defined quality criteria, require an approval by the quality team, and set a schedule for off hours. The deployment is executed in QA, followed by automated integration tests. When transitioning to production, the integration test results are evaluated, approved, and a schedule set for the maintenance window. The approval is integrated with ServiceNow, meaning the gate is automatically cleared when the link change request is approved. This eliminates the management of separate approvals across 2 systems. During the maintenance window, the production deployment is executed, and all stakeholders are notified with a message posted to a Slack channel. A pipeline defines the process, but not the content, so that it can be reused across many or all releases. It's the release that defines the content. In this example, a single Spring application. A release snapshot contains specific build artifacts for the projects in the release. A release, however, can contain many components. For example, during a sprint, we may add issues from the backlog, which impacts other software components. The release content is adjusted iteratively as the scope of the sprint changes. The standard demo release is configured to create a new snapshot whenever a new build artifact becomes available. All we need to do is initiate new builds for the project, and snapshots will be created and sent to the pipeline for execution. Let's switch over to the Spring project, where we can see we have performed several builds and deployments. As a developer, I have modified the application and committed those changes to my local GitHub repository. You can see in the commit message that we have referenced the corresponding Jira issue number, Glory53. We can now push the changes to the remote GitHub repository. Using continuous integration, FlexDeploy is notified of the source code change and initiates the build. The new build is associated to the Git revision, as well as the Jira issue number. By clicking on the revision number, we can see the source code changes that were made in GitHub and the details in Jira. We now have lineage between the FlexDeploy build, the Git source code repository, and Jira. This lineage is valuable in understanding the context of the build and within the reports you will generate to fulfill audit requests. Drilling into the build execution, we see the steps which are executed as part of the build workflow. The Git repository is cloned. A Maven build is performed to produce a WAR file. The artifact is versioned in the FlexDeploy artifact repository. For each step, we can drill into the logs to see the detail or debug a failure. The change logs provide detail regarding the source code changes that are included in the build. We can see the file that was changed and by whom. Once the build completes, we can see the artifact which is eligible to be deployed to one or more environments. Since each build produces a versioned artifact, we can easily roll back any changes which may have produced undesired results. Now that the build is completed, let's go back to the release dashboard. We can see a new pipeline execution and snapshot that contains the build version for the Spring project. We can see that the development and functional test execution has already completed in the development environment. The test results have been validated against the quality criteria, and execution is pending approval by the quality team. The QA team has received a notification that an approval is pending, along with the link to the release dashboard. Here, they can review the changes and approve the request. The execution is now scheduled for 6 p.m. As an administrator, you can override the schedule to advance the pipeline execution. The gates have been cleared and the QA deployment is executing. The older pipeline executions which were queued at the QA approval gate are now marked out of date since they were superseded by the latest execution. You can now start to visualize how the orchestrations occur automatically, with the only breaks being manual approvals or schedules. Enforced software delivery lifecycle, improved collaboration, and faster software delivery with higher quality, less risk. Now, let's have a look at the reports. The reports either provide visibility into the current state of the projects across the environments, or as a comparison between two or more environments. The Environment History Report shows builds and deployments across all environments over time. A filter has been applied to see the details of the standard demo release. The results provide the details of what, when, where, and by whom, and provide lineage to the source code commit and the associated Jira issue. When the project is deployed to production, the ServiceNow change request number will also be correlated to the execution. This is useful, for example, in understanding what changes were applied to the environment, which may have introduced an issue. The reports also have the information necessary to support an audit request, streamlining the process. In this video, we identified the key challenges organizations encounter during the software delivery lifecycle and how they are addressed through our comprehensive DevOps platform. We reviewed key FlexDeploy concepts and how they help drive higher throughput and reduce cost and risk. The demo presented the build, deploy, and release orchestration capabilities, and how changes are tracked and reported throughout the delivery lifecycle. We also explored toolchain integration to promote collaboration and increase productivity. In Part 2, you will learn how FlexDeploy helps overcome the unique challenges faced by customers implementing enterprise applications. Thanks for watching.